The last thing you want to hear when you need your auto insurance most is a robot with countless irrelevant menu options. Which is why with USAA Auto Insurance, you'll get great service that is easy and reliable, all at the touch of a button. Get a quote today. Restrictions apply. USAA.
Hello, and thank you for listening to Raising Me. I'm Adrienne Stein, mom of 3 and a longtime journalist. Here, we talk about what we're experiencing as parents, the big, the small, really everything in between, and go right to the experts for advice. A big thank you as well to our sponsor, Maine Health. This week, we are talking about sleep. I mean, come on, as a parent, chances are you know what it feels like to have that aching desire to want, make that need much more of it. So we tapped our friend, Dr. Allyson Coffin, for some pro tips on getting better sleep. Check it out. All right, Dr. Coffin, let's talk about sleep. Sleep. It can be so elusive. It is so important. And why is sleep such a hot topic too? Because, people are like, oh yeah, I didn't sleep well last night. Oh, I slept great last night. It's the first thing I ask in the morning. How'd you sleep?
Right. That's what all we do with our kids. So sleep is the cornerstone of a healthy life and a healthy mental space.
Yes.
So if you're not sleeping for a long period of time, your brain doesn't work. Like it just doesn't work as well. And so just to back up a little bit, like people will think like, oh, I'm not a good sleeper because I didn't fall asleep as soon as my head hit the pillow, or I'm not a good sleeper because I woke up in the middle of the night. But that is not true. So the studies surrounding sleep show that if you can fall asleep within the first 10 minutes of your head hitting the pillow, you're golden. Like no big deal. It doesn't have to be like within the first couple minutes. Yep. And if you wake up one time in the middle of the night for less than 30 minutes, that is not a problem.
For less than 30.
Less than 30.
30. That feels like a long time to be up. I mean, trust me, I've been up for more than 30 minutes, but like that feels like a long, so you don't worry if you're up 30 minutes.
Don't worry about that. Because a lot of people have to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night.
Right, of
course, or like need a drink of water. And that's fine. As long as you can fall back asleep and stay asleep, you're good. Mm-hmm. The other things about sleep is that you can be in bed for, let's say, like 10 hours and still have a bad night's sleep, meaning that you wake up a bunch of times throughout the night, or you're restless, or your eyes are closed and you're actually not asleep.
In a deep sleep. Yeah. Just kind of that light sleep, aware of what's going on around you. Yeah.
Exactly. And so we want to set ourselves up for like a good sleep environment, which is helpful for us as parents, and then also definitely for our children. So for parents, like, because we're not afraid of the dark, we can have like blackout curtains in a very dark room. And that really does help with sleep, and also like not noise going on, or even like an alarm clock, like the red light of an alarm clock is not good for your brain for sleep. So just turn that around.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay. So we talked about, obviously, sleep is important for our mood, but what are some of the other consequences of not regularly getting a good night's sleep?
So one night of bad sleep, meaning you get like 1 or 2 hours less sleep than usual, or you have like a restless night's sleep, your cognition, so like how your brain works, is 30% reduced. Mm-hmm. If you have 5 to 7 nights of bad night's sleep all in a row, it can be equal to someone that is driving under the influence of alcohol. That is how poor your cognition can be, and that is how important sleep is.
Do you know what's funny? What came to mind too? I remember when we had our daughter firstborn, and I remember saying to my husband, like, I didn't realize how little sleep you actually need to function, because like, we would get, 1 hour here, 1 hour there, like not a great sleeper. And it's just like every newborn, right? Yeah. But we'd still get up, go to work, still go, do the everyday things. But you feel like a zombie. You literally feel like a zombie walking through.
Correct. I have so much.
It's like all coming back to me now. Yeah.
Oof. Yes. Being a new parent is like the hardest thing because of the sleep, because you never sleep, and also like I don't know if this happened to you, but I couldn't remember things, and I was like, am I losing my mind? No. Like I couldn't remember things, and that is a phase of life, and then it ends. So like us as humans, we can deal with that phase of life, and you're not gonna like do your best work.
I mean, it was months. Yeah. Months and months.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. Months and months of just like
just
trying
sort
to
of
live.
Functioning.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh my God.
But then it's over. Like at some point it's over, and then you like the fog has lifted, and you're like, oh wow, this is great.
And then you have another child. You forget, and it's like, why not have another baby? Sure. And then you're like, oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm so tired.
This again. Okay.
Yeah. And then also, that's why, I mean, the old saying of like sleep when the baby sleeps, like that's not always true, but like, but if you can take a nap in the middle of the day, that can increase your mental capacity by so much.
Okay, we're getting a little off topic here because I stop on the nap thing because I have heard that 20 minutes is really like a sweet spot and that if you go longer, it actually makes you more tired. Is that true?
It depends on the person. So some people can sleep for like an hour and a half in the middle of the day and then still sleep at night and they're fine. And then other people can sleep for 5 minutes and feel fresh. There's this little trick that you can do if there are new parents that need help.
They do.
Okay.
Yes.
And they're drinking coffee. If you drink a small glass of coffee and then immediately go to sleep, you will feel very energized when you wake up because the coffee doesn't hit your system immediately. And so when you wake up, you'll have the coffee and you'll have the sleep. So you'll feel better. For a nap. Yeah, not for a full night's sleep.
That's a great pro tip.
Yes, like it's good for when you're really tired.
Caffeine, take a small nap, get on up. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Okay.
Yep.
So why can it be so hard to get a good night's sleep? Besides the newborn. I mean, let's talk about like past that and just for everyday families, parents, kids, whatever. I mean,
because we're so busy. I mean, like, I think most parents have like a million things going on. We have like sports, we have extracurricular, we have band, we have like friends that we need to coordinate for our kids. We're like their social coordinators when they're not babies anymore. And that is a lot. And so not sleeping happens because sometimes practice goes into late at night or sometimes their games go into late at night or whatever. But the best thing that you can do is kind of set it up. So like when you get home, you're not awake for like an hour eating dinner and then hanging out. Like it's time to go to bed like when you get home because kids usually have to go to school by 7, 8 in the morning. Yeah. So you want to make sure that kids are getting like at least 10 hours of sleep at night, which seems like I would love that if my kids got 10 hours every single night. And that's what I'm reaching for. But it's not the case every single night. But to set it up so it's the best case scenario. So their room is ready. Like they
have
everything.
Sleep habits.
Yes. So, like we're not watching a show right before bed.
So let's talk about sleep habits then. Yeah. Okay. So not a show before bed. What else? Like how can we set ourselves and our kids up for success when it comes to good sleep?
Nothing feels better than feeling your best. Which is why Maine Health continues to provide Northern New England with the best network of people, programs, and resources working to help you be your healthiest self. And by doing so, we're creating different paths and giving you options in personal wellness. That's health and care in harmony. That's Maine Health. To learn more, go to mainehealth.org/harmony.
Success is really in the routine. So if you can keep some type of the routine together. So if you read every single night and that helps them go to bed, awesome. If you like tell them a story, great. If you row their back, great. If you listen to like, they have like these sleepy time meditation stories you can get on podcasts. Those are fun to listen to. Those make me go to sleep.
Audiobook?
Oh,
Out
so
like
good.
a light.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then also a lot of kids are afraid of the dark. So the light is not good for them for sleeping. So just like to tamper that down as much as we can. We don't want to look at their room to be like the surface of the sun. Maybe we could like close the closet and turn the light on and that works. Or it just can't be so bright where you have like a nightlight here and here and here and here. Because that tells their brain that it's day and they won't sleep well. And they'll wake up in the middle of the night and come to you or, not sleep all night.
That's another story entirely. What about that? When kids wake up and they come to your room, I understand it's best to just like go take them upstairs back to their bed and say good night. But let's be real. Like, I can't get myself out of bed sometimes.
No, like do whatever works for you and for your kid to go to sleep. If that's like, come on in, go to sleep. Like, that's cool. Yeah. Just whatever works for both of you to get the best sleep possible, do that. And whatever works for your family. So like, who cares what other people say that you need to do? Like their kid needs to sleep in the room by themselves with the door closed, or they can just come in your room, whatever.
First child, we did all the things that you're supposed to do. And so it's like, well, it is only this time. Let's go upstairs and put you in bed. And now with the third, it's like, fine, crawl in. We're good. Whatever works. Just let me sleep.
Yes.
In fact, we actually put a trundle under our bed. And so like he can pull it out and sleep. So he's close
Pro
by,
tip.
but because he's getting so big now, that it's like, then we're not sleeping. Anyway, I digress entirely. But the noise machines, what's your thought on the noise machines?
So noise machines actually are good because they can drown out other noise that's happening in the
Yeah,
house.
that's
So,
what I...
yeah, like other people have like other kids that might be up later, or you as an adult might be up later than your kids. And so you can drown out that noise a little bit and it doesn't interfere with their sleep quality. And there's white noise, pink noise, and brown noise.
Is there one that's better than another?
Brown noise is the
Brown
one that
noise.
helps with sleep the
How
best.
can you tell the difference? Because we have one from when Jack was a little baby. And it's still on his, dresser, and we'll turn it on every now and again. It just is all making noise. Like I can't tell what's white, pink, or brown.
I cannot tell either.
Okay.
Yeah, the only way I know is if I go to like an app on like any of our devices and I'll click like brown, pink, or white, and I'll go to brown if I'm like in a hotel or something. But if I'm at home, I just turn on the machine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Right. So just thinking in terms of, being a chiropractor, is there a better way to sleep, like for your back, for your spine, that kind of thing? And what does that look like?
So just like a few things for sleeping. When you sleep, you want to sleep with one pillow. So 2 pillows is
on
not
your back?
good. Well, you can sleep on your back. Sleeping on your back is fine. If you do sleep on your back, you want one pillow under your neck and one under your knees to take the pressure off of your low back. Sleeping on your side is also fine. Only one pillow under your head and also a pillow between your knees to help with your pelvis so it doesn't shift when you're sleeping. Sleeping on your stomach is not good for your posture. So, I mean, a lot of us like it because it's comfortable and feels great, but it's just not good for your posture. It's just the truth.
Yeah. Right. Okay. So should we try to get out of that habit? Like really? Okay. So in what way is it bad for your posture? Asking because I would much prefer to sleep on my stomach. Thanks, Allyson.
Yeah, no problem.
Really appreciate it.
So sleeping on your belly, most of us sleep like kind of like a starfish with one arm up and one leg up, and that pulls your pelvis one side up and then your shoulder up. And so when you're like, oh, I have shoulder pain and my hip hurts, is because you're sleeping for 8 hours with your hip high and your shoulder high.
Huh.
And then, or you might have neck pain because you're shortening the muscles on one side of your neck or shortening the muscles on one side of your back. So you want to make sure that you're as even as possible when you're sleeping. And most of us move when we sleep. So sleeping on your side is great because you can sleep on your side and then you roll and sleep on the other side. That's great. Or if you want to sleep on your back and you're not like snoring to death for whoever's sleeping next to you, that's great. But sleeping on your belly, it's just bad for your posture.
So side, sounds like is ideal.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So what are some of the long-term consequences if we don't get good sleep regularly?
So the biggest one is that your brain doesn't work very well. So your short-term memories goes away. Yes. You can't remember anything. You're more irritable. And then like health and musculoskeletal wise, your body heals when you're sleeping. So your cells regenerate during sleep. And if you're not sleeping well, then you don't heal as well. So if like you're working through like an injury or a problem, it takes longer if you don't sleep.
Well, injury or like even just mentally.
Yes.
Because like when you've got a lot on your mind, how many times have you woken up and you're like, oh, I know what I need to do.
Yes.
Right? Like it's that, it's not just like healing from injury in that way, but just allowing your brain to work through problems, troubles, things you're trying to sort out. So
long ago, somebody told me I have to keep like a Post-it note next to your bed so you can write down your thoughts. Like if you wake up and you hear like a person that wakes up and has lots of thoughts. And so I've done that before and it is so helpful. If you wake up and you're like, oh, I have this really awesome idea. I don't want to sit and think about it for an hour when I'm supposed to be sleeping. It's just written next to the bed. And if it's good, then it's good in the morning. If it's bad, you throw it away.
That's a really good idea because I often grab my phone. If I wake up at like 3:00 and I'm like, oh, I forgot to, or, oh, I've got this idea. I put it in my phone and then put my phone back down. And it's like, but then that wakes you up.
Of
so
course.
The Post-it note, a notepad, something like that. That's a great idea. If there was one piece of advice, like what's the key takeaway for parents, for us to get better sleep and really, but also like how to help our kids and get better sleep as well?
The best thing is to have a routine. So have a routine surrounding your sleep for you and your family. So time-ish that you guys go to bed and a time-ish that you guys wake up. And then a routine surrounding bedtimes. Like most people like have the routine of like brushing their teeth and putting their pajamas on. That's part of the routine. Yeah. And like waking up, like you brush your teeth, you eat your breakfast. Like that's all part of it. And it's predictable and soothing. Things that like are things that are going to happen one by one are really easy for children to find soothing. So like having some type of routine is going to help your sleep for you and for your kids.
Yeah, the predictability.
Yeah.
Dr. Coffin, thanks so much.
Thanks.
Certainly appreciate it. Of course, we'll have more resources on our website, wgme.com/raisingme. Thank you so much for listening to Raising Me. I'm Adrienne Stein. This episode is edited by Megan Littlefield. A big thank you as well to our sponsor, Maine Health. Please follow Raising Me wherever you get your podcasts, and of course, consider a positive rating and review so others can find the message as well. Wherever you are, I hope you learned something new and get to take a little time for you.